This is the unit that was built and created to run the quick response team. It's set up a little bit differently. You can see one side's marked police, the other side's marked fire. We actually have, again, when I took over, we wanted to build a collaborative relationship. We worked together. We didn't have animosities between the fire and police department, but we wanted to get closer and work closer together. So we had a police officer and a firefighter that work in our student academy program. They created a patch, public safety patch. They did a great job, and said, you know what, let's put that on this unit that sets it apart from, everyone will know what this vehicle is for. So on the back it says quick response team. So when it's out on the street, the community should know, and does know, this is what they're doing. So it's easily recognizable. We recognize both services. We let no one gets preferential treatment, and guys like it. Today, in fact, our tactical medics from the team are in training today, and they asked last night, we had a presentation last evening to our Citizens Academy, and they asked if they could drive this to training because they're proud of it. It's a good-looking unit, and so they got it cleaned up this morning and took it to their training down at the University of Cincinnati. He's asking how we paid for that. It's just real simply, it was the matter of talking to my boss and saying, this is how much it costs, are we willing to buy a new one? And we split it 50-50 with police money and fire money. It cost about $32,000 to put together, and that's kind of how we've run this. It's a one-day-a-week unit, works Wednesdays, because over time, again, the experts get into the mix, and they've identified when we're out there within 3 to 5 days of the overdose, that's when we have the most amount of success. So we've got one day a week, and we work Wednesdays. We work from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. because, get early in the morning, it doesn't serve any purpose because people aren't up that early. So getting out at 10, working until 6 allows us to follow people around and get them where we need to get them to. And it costs me roughly $34,000 a year to operate this team from a police and fire perspective. And it's locally budgeted. We've tried like crazy to get funding from a lot of different sources, and it just doesn't happen. And again, that might be the definition of opportunity for a lot of organizations. If we can get, then we will do. And we just decided to do it. Yes, ma'am. It's 34 for the full-time police officer, or for the paramedic, police officer, vehicle, gasoline, oil changes, things on that nature. So it's total. And again, you're exactly right. If I read your lips correctly, that's not that much. Did I read you right? It's not. It's really silly that, can you do something? That's what I looked at. $34,000, I can make this happen. I've got $17 million in budgets between the two departments. I could find $34,000. Yes, sir. Oh, absolutely. And you guys in the fire service know that this is what my mechanic told me when I came to try to learn the fire department. He said, Dan, every time we start that engine with the crew, it's $136 to turn that key on. It's $136 because we're a medic engine response, and here I'm talking fire. I know, this is crazy. I know, it's impressive, isn't it? You throw in the dispatch costs, $20 a dispatch, times police, times fire. You got a Narcan save, you're looking at $40. So you're just on average, not counting time, you look a couple $100 just to do it. So when you talk about reductions, and the chief will talk about what those reductions mean, whether it be cost, exposure potential, it does have a benefit to the community.